All right, well, we're gonna try some light in the darkness, and we're gonna try it the Batman version. There's $10, 500. Here's 600. All right, 600. Let's take 10 out for that. And 700. 8, 9, 1,000. All right, so we have $1,000. And we're going to try the light in the darkness with $1,000. But we're going to do the Batman version. And you might say, what's the Batman version? What's up, Gary? Good to see you. Josh. All right, so the Batman version. I kind of talked about this on the last video, last live, and I'll probably do a recorded version of this. But the biggest thing on the light in the darkness strategy is playing $100 don't on the come out. The 7-Eleven knock a lot of people off, and I had somebody part of the Holy Roller Cruising Club on Facebook. There was about, I think, 3 or 4 guys and ladies, 3 or 4 people that was on a cruise together. That's all part of the Holy Roller Cruising Club on Facebook. It's a public group, and so they're sharing stories. On a separate ship, somebody said they tried the light in the darkness. They got knocked off on 2 rolls. They were down $300. They had $700. They were down $300, and they just colored up and left the table. They got knocked off, I think, on the come out. So yeah. So were you there, Gary? Yeah. So at least six Holy Roller players and Light in the Darkness players, and some did good, but on another ship. This person, I felt bad. They shared their story in the private, or no, it's a public Facebook group called Holy Roller Cruising Club, and they were just getting knocked off, and they only were there for 2 shooters, and then they colored up and left. And I was like, wow. I mean, I've had bad run, and then I've changed strategies and went back and forth, but I've never just like colored up and left when I'm down. They had 300. They were down, or sorry, they had 7. They were down 300, and they took their 400 and colored up. What's up, Waylon? Waylon's in the house. So I was just gonna do this Light in the Darkness version, but do the Batman version is what I'm calling it. And so, for those that are scared to have $100 on a don't pass, and we can have them do. So we got $1,000, and the way it works is if somebody else is rolling, you could do the Batman version. So the way the Batman version works is you wait for a come out to happen. So there's no risk on the come out here because you're waiting for a point to be established, and there's a 9. So the point is established, and then you would do your $100 on the DC. DC, that's where the Batman version comes from. DC. It's not Marvel, it's DC. And so then it's the same risk, but it's just everybody gets scared to play the don't pass when the puck is off, and that's the only time you can play the don't pass is when the puck is off. When the puck is on, we could do a don't come. So let's see what happens there. And it's a 9. So that one would have gotten knocked off or whatever, but now now it's no 9, okay? So the Batman version, the way I would do it is once you're set out there, it's just like if you're set here. So you would most likely, here's the scenario. They don't like to be working when the puck is off, but that bet's working when the puck is off. So it's the same thing. Come out anyway. But you would put up, because the point is 9, you put up 110 inside, and you want it to be working. So you can't get past this whole, I don't like to have my bets working on the come out, because it's going to hit you either way. But, you know, Batman version, it's kind of comical, but puns. All right. There is a 6. So we get paid 35 on the 6, and the point becomes 6. So we're not going against the 6, we're going against the 9. Now, in the light and the darkness, what you would normally do is put your first hit on the 9. But I mean, I'll just rack it. Usually you'd want to put your first hit on the point that you're against, which is the 9. So let's see if we can miss the 9 one more time. And it's a 4. That doesn't do anything for us. And it is an 8. All right, so we have an 8. That pays 35. And now, if we take our winnings here, we have $50, $60, $70. There's $25 on the 9. If the 9 hits, it's going to pay 35. And we have 70 plus 35 is 105. And we would lose 100 if the 9 comes. So being that we just collected these two, we're pretty much breaking even. So you can press the first one and then break even on the first hit, or you could try to collect 2 hits and break even, or put it on the first one, get another hit, and then come down if you want. But we're still playing for 10 bucks. So let's see if we can get past. Nope, there it is. So the 7 came. So we lost our 110. And we won 100. And so we have, we won, so there's, sorry, let me get some quarters here so I can put this back. There's that. There's that. So, yeah, we won. There's 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. And so we won 60 bucks. We racked 70, plus we had an extra 10 out there, so we won $60. So that's the Batman version. So put 50 on the 9, and it's a win from here on out. Yeah, that's the way it goes. That's the way I like it. But it's the part that everybody's scared of, getting hit on the 7-11 on the come out. I think you get hit just as many times on the second roll, like a 0.7 out, you'd get hit over there. I think you see just as many 0.7s out as you do come out 7s and 11s, but I could be wrong. All right, so Batman version one more time. So we're going to go ahead and wait for a come out to be established. And it is a 4. So there's the 4. See, I would love to have a don't on the 4. But now we're going to go up with 100 right there and hopefully get past no 7, no 11 there. And we didn't. So there, man. So we lost 100 on that one. So Batman version through the DC. And so again, another point gets established. Now, if you are the shooter, you have to have your don't pass. So then you would do it. You just do the don't pass. There's a 10. See, again, I'd love to be against the don't on the 10, but the DC, going through the DC on Light in the Darkness, the Batman version, is there's the 10. So that's not too bad. But now that that's established, puck goes off. The way we would work it is you actually work. So we have the 110 inside working, because even though the puck is off. So here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a 9, so that's 35. So $35 coming our way. And the point is 9. So I'll just rack that. See if we can get one more hit without hitting the 10 really. So so there's the 8. Now we did rack the this is what we racked so far, 70. So if we did buy the 10, that would pay 100. But in the Batman version, because in the Batman version, we're not really hedging 4 or 10. We're only hedging the 5, 6, 8, and 9 with whatever's here, and we're trying to collect. So that's kind of how it works. So let's see. Let's just keep collecting. And there's a 7. All right, 7 out. And so this comes down, and we win 100. And just pay it back like that. So we win 100, and we did get knocked off. So let's see where we're at. We are up. We're up $20. So we were up. We were up, and then we got knocked off, and now so we're still up. So this system works the same, but like you're gonna have to have risk. Let me check the chat real quick. You're gonna have to have risk. Hey, don't use the DC at all. Just lay the number. Charge 2% VIG. Yeah, FGK, my channel members have a full list of all of our cruises. Not all of our cruises are made public, so channel members have a list of all of our cruises. But this last one on March 18th, the one coming up next week, that one is public. And so every once in a while we let some know public, but good idea to try the DC. Yeah. But you're still, the way this game works is there has to be risk. So, but again, let's say we're the shooter this time. So now we have to play the traditional way. Traditional coming out. This is the traditional Light in the Darkness with a $100 DC. Get a point established. There's a 6. So the point is 6. And now we go 110 inside. Okay, 110 inside. And then the first hit goes on the 6. All right, so here we go. See if we get the first hit to go on the 6. There's a 4. There's a 4. There is a 6. Well, the first hit didn't go on the 6 because we didn't even get it there. But we win 35, so we lose 65 bucks pretty much on that. So, but we're still the shooter. I always say, if you want to guarantee hitting a point, bet from the don't pass, you know. Here we go, coming out again. And it's a Yo 11. See, this is the people's nightmare. This is what happens. So they're down again, and they're like, so the person that in the group, they just colored up right now. They colored up and left. And so I don't know. I think you got to give it some time. Don't just play and lose twice and then leave. So we're on the 4. So the way this one works is we take the 5 and 9 down. We get the 4, pay the VIG up front, And so now that's covered, we need a 6 or 8. So now we're just looking for a 6 and 8, and it's a 7 out. So that costs us $2. That would happen like that. So that was a 7. So actually cost us a little bit more than $2, $12. And you might say, no, that come out 11, it costs you $112. So at least we're not shooting now, and we can go back to the Batman version. So now somebody else is shooting, and we'll see what happens here with someone else shooting. Oh my goodness. There's a 4, back out on the 4. And now we go up with the DC for 100, DC Batman version. And it's an 8, so the DC goes behind the 8. Behind the 8. So you go 110 inside. And on a DC version, you don't hedge the point because there has to be something different. There's a 12. So don't hedge the point of where the puck is. So here we go. And it's a 3. There's 2 horns for you right there. And it's a 6. We got a 6. That's close to the 8. A little scary. So we're going to go ahead and collect 35. Here we go. And it is another 6. We're going to collect another 35. And we're pretty much out of the hand. So whatever happens, happens. Let's see. And it's an 8. You know, you say you're out of the hand, and so this comes down, and you get paid 35. And so we put that in the rack, and now we go back, and this is the DC or the Batman version. You always have to go back, so we're going back. I don't know. There's a 7. Crap. Am I trying to sell this system or prove it wrong? I don't know. This is crazy. So I wouldn't have liked to go back up, but I like the DC, the don't pass, because it gives a resolution of the hand. When you're on the DC, you get knocked off on the 8, you have to go back up again, you know. All right, so I think we lost 100 on that one at least. So, or more, right? So let me get this, yeah, 75 and 50. So we're, oh no, sorry, I messed that up. So we're down, oh my goodness, we're down 300, yeah, 315, $335, just like that. I don't know. All right, so let's go. So Batman, Batman version. All right, Light in the Darkness Batman style is you don't go for the DP. Batman is DC. All right, so you wait for a point to be established first, and this is for all the people that don't want to work a DP on a come out. All right, so you could do the Batman version, and that's a 10. Man, that would have been a great don't, but now we're going into the DC while the puck is on. We're not working while the puck is off, just like everybody said. Don't work when the puck is off. All right, there's a 9. So we got the 9, and now we go 110. 110 inside. So you always go 110 inside with Batman. All right, there we go. We'll see what happens. There's a 9. How's it feel? Batman, vigilante, being so knocked off your knocked off your DC, and you bring back 35. But because you're a vigilante, you have to go back up in the middle of the roll. Here we go, and it is an 8, so that pays 35, and the DC travels behind the 8, and let's rack that 35. We just and it's always racking. You rack every shot when you're playing the Batman version. There's a 6. There's a 6. So there's another 35 that you just rack. Just racking everyone. And there's a Yo 11. Yo 11. And here is a 9. Wow. That's another 35. And so hopefully we don't hit that number that has that black chip behind it. There's a 7. All right, so this comes like this, back to the rack. Let's see, we're getting a quarter here, and 15. So yeah, definitely still down. But if we have a good roll, we'll just keep going. Let me check the chat. Brian, you don't have to turn the place bets off while the DC is in the box. No, yeah, they will always be working. So that's the thing. Once you set your DC, your box numbers are always working, at least on this strategy. So yeah, standard light in the darkness made 113 that shooter. Chris, thanks, man. I just you know, I just want to make sure people know there's like, here's another way to play it. Like, so that's Batman style, you know, going through the DC, not having a DP on the come out. So there's another way to play it where you can actually play, and I'm kind of liking this version, but it does have to do with having the DP up front. So let's see if we can get no 7, no 11 on this come out. We didn't. It's a 7. So let's drop that and then put another 100. Okay, let's exchange that out. Another 100. Let's see if we can get past it. And it is a 6. All right, so it's a 6. So on most all strategies you use, whatever you put out here, you could put on the DP, and that becomes a light in the darkness version of the strategy. But we can do with this, with no hedging on the 6, we can use 4 units and do like an all-day strategy, 2 comes and a DC, and see what happens. So there's a 6. So, you know, it's like, you know, the way craps works, you know, it's like we lost that too. So dang, we're down a lot. All right, so let's go back up for 100. We have the 6 there, so we have 3 more units to work with. So here we go. Let's see what happens. Come out. We don't really want to come out 6. There goes a 7. Crap, man. Look at this. This is horrible. All right. So most people, and this is what happens to most people, they say, this doesn't work. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. Well, there is a such thing as switching up your strategy. So if we wanted to, we could go to an all-day strategy right now to get some money back. And so let's say somebody else is the shooter, and we wait for a come out. So not the Batman style necessarily. There's a 7. Not the Batman style, but we're doing all day. But that's 2 comes. There's a 5. So the all-day strategy, you use 4 units. We could use, you know, we could go up and use, you know, $200, but just do $50 at a time. So it'd be $50 come bet and see what happens. And it's a 3. Oh my goodness. And then another come bet, and it is a 6. All right, so that moves to the 6. So that was two come bets, then a DC for 100. Oh my goodness. It seems like we're in the same place as you would be with any other strategy. This goes behind the 5. So now let's see what happens here. And it is a 7. Okay, so that got us, that was like an even, that got our $200 back. So let's do that one more time. Oh my goodness. At the $50 level. And then I'll check the chat and listen to the feedback. How about that? All right, so here is, there is 6. We're going $50 in the come. And it is a 9. So that travels to the 9. And then we go another $50. All right. And that is a 4. So that travels to the 4. And then we do $100 on the don't. Now we're risking $200 on this one roll. Here we go. And it's a 7. Mother. Mother of all crap strategies, you know? All right. So let me check the chat. I'll just wait for some comments to come in after that. Lay the back wall, Leon says. Oh my goodness. That was, yeah. OMG. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. All right, we started with $1,000. We have 140 left. What the heck just happened? I gotta go to the ATM, you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get out and talk about, like, I think having the don't working, you know, when the puck is off. I mean, sometimes, let me see, I got 100 here. And, you know, so 100 right here, I mean, you could do 110 inside, and most people would say don't work it, but that's one same thing right here. So if we worked this on the come out, it gives us a head start, but you never know. So let's work it and see what happens. Let me put the on button just so there's no confusion. There we go, we're working. Will this be it? It's a 4. It's a 4. It would have been a good don't. And so now there's no coverage here. We just got 110 and there's a 7 out. What the? So the Batman would have lost. Like, sometimes everything loses, right? All right, so there's 110. Now I probably wouldn't have went up at 110 if I only had, that's all I had left, because now I got $35 left. All right, so like a true degenerate, we're gonna use our $35. We're at a $10 table, so give me some change for that. And we're gonna do a 5, 6, and 8. And that's gonna give us $1. We're gonna go on the hard 8, why not? So there's our $35 at work right there. Speaking of $35 at work, let's have them working and see what happens. There we go. It's a 6. It's a 6, easy 6. The point becomes 6, and that pays $14. Now on a Royal Caribbean ship, you could do $5 in the field. We're going to press all the hard ways, and we're going to get our 6 with a 2-way 6. Looks like 5, 1 for the dealers. Here we go. And it is a 7 out. What the? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. $1,000. That was quick. So again, somebody said, yeah, I lost 300 and I colored up and left. I didn't stay, you know. And so that's the key is if you're gonna, don't come to the table with money that you're not willing to lose. That was $1,000. If I was on the cruise, I would have made that $1,000 last a lot longer. So I wouldn't have stayed at the higher level. So you want to put out no more than 1/3 of your bankroll on the DP. So technically, if I was at $1,000, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1,000. If I was at $1,000 and I wanted to do it, I wouldn't want to do more than 300, but I was doing 100, you know what I mean? But then if you lost 100, you'd still be at 300, that you would want on max on your don't pass. So if you have 200 here, you could put 200 out there. That, I'm not talking about 1/3 of your bankroll being on both of them, just 1/3 of your bankroll being here. So I think that's the challenge. So maybe if you had $700, then you wouldn't want to do more than 200 here. That's like the max, but it doesn't mean that you could go down and go with $50 or $75, but it really just has to do with what you're doing here. So if things weren't working and it was like that bare minimum $35, I could have put well, I didn't have it at the end there, but you could put 25 here and 35 out there and play for $35 or $10. You could be overstacked by out there. It'll just give you a quarterback, so you can make it last long until you catch a hand. It's all about catching a hand. Once you catch a hand and then press, you can collect a lot of that back. So time to hit the bar. Ouch. Now, one thing that's interesting on the ship, because let me see, I still have a couple minutes here. So one thing that's interesting on the ship, and I don't recommend doing this, but you have a credit card attached to your room, and that is automatically a marker for you, up to $5,000 a day. And so because I just lost 1,000, I could say, hey, can you give me another 1,000? And I wouldn't have to go to the ATM, and it doesn't count as a cash advance. It counts as an entertainment cost at the casino. So you can get another $1,000 and then just sign for it. And now we can play another 1,000. Now, at this point, if I did that, I'd be breaking into my budget for the next day or for the next session. So if I'm breaking in for my budget for the next session, and I have 1,000 to do it, it's kind of tough because at this point you'd want a stop loss of 500. So maybe I didn't even need to get another 1,000. Maybe I could have just got 500, But I went ahead and signed for 1,000 just in case. And so let's see what happens here. That rack looks too empty. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And so I thought about playing it like this. So if I was going to play the light and the darkness here, then to get bigger wins, you can do $50 each. So we're gonna have to get some change here. So let me do that, and let me do that, and let's get $10 in ones, and then let's get and do the 100 on the DP, and then do $50 on the 4 and 50 on the 10. That will cost $4 to have that up and and work it. So let me put this in. So let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. This is a little bit over. All right, there we go. And so then work the 4 and 10. And some people would say, no, lay the 4 and 10. I'm like, work the 4 and 10. So we're out at 200 risk. And that's where, if you're going to be aggressive to get the money back, like everything that you just saw, you would say, this doesn't make sense at all. Because this is almost like a laddering to ladder, but instead of laddering on the DP, we're adding the 4 and 10 for our ladder because it pays 100, if one of those hit. So let's see what happens. So it is kind of like a ladder. Okay, here we go. And it's a 6. Okay, so now because we have 100 here and we have 100 there, we're actually just playing the light and the darkness like this, but all we need is one hit. If the 6 comes, we lose 100. If one of those hit, we collect it, and if we lose that 100, it's just a break even. So, but we only have the 4 and 10 out there, and there is the 3. So we got to get a 4 and 10 for this to work. There's a 10, we got it. Okay, so we got a 4, we got a 10, a hard 10. So we throw in $2. That's going to pay a black for us. And so then now you decide if you want to stay there or if you want to break those down and get the 5 and 9 and have it a court, play the outside for 100. So, but let's hopefully get another. There's a 5. So now we're just at the even place other than the VIG, of course, and there's a 7. So there's a 7, so that pays us 100. So that gives us these 100 back, and then we were able to say that we made close to 100 on that one, but that was a 7 out. All right. So that's one way to do it. Yeah, comp points. The world cruise. Wow. Can you imagine the bankroll you'd have to have for a world cruise? Because whenever I go on a cruise, I bring the whole bankroll, and then I break it up between how many sessions I'm going to do. So 7 nights, 7 sessions. If you had $7,000, that's $1,000 per night, But if you, wow. I usually don't do that much because I don't do more than what the cruise costs. So I usually don't do more than $2,000. So I'd break it up, $2,100 probably, $300 a night. But when you do $300 a night, you're actually bringing your whole bankroll, and so this time I just did 1,000, but it would probably, you got to have a stop loss. So if you're gonna play more, so this time let's do the Batman one. I don't like it, but we're gonna do it because I don't know. Maybe it might work. Let's see what happens. There's a 7. Whoa, was I feeling it? I don't know. There's a 6. There's a 6. And we're going to go up on the DC for $100, and it is an 8. We could say no action, but we're going to go 110. 110, we should be on that 4 and 10, but there's a 7. Whoa, 7 out. $10 gone. And That pays us 100. So 10 bucks gone. So the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try the DP and then the all day strategy behind it with four units. So we can just do like 3 units and do 3 points and just let this be our DC. Let's see what happens. There's a 9. So then we'll do, let's just do quarter, and it's a 8. So that goes to the 8, another quarter, and that's a 4. So it goes to the 4, another quarter, kind of like a 3-point thing here going. There's a 4. So that's an off and on, gets paid off and on there. So that's a quarter that we won. And there's a 2. Well, I would probably just stay like that and see what happens now. There's a 12. And see if we can get a 4 or an 8. There's a 3. Man, good thing we weren't back out on those come bets. There's a 5. Still haven't got that point number, but we don't want that to happen. There's a yo 11. 4 or 8 is what we need. There's a 6. Every number except for the one we need, right? There's a 7. 7 out. So we did lose a quarter, but we won a quarter. So we had 100, and then we're losing this 50, and we're getting 50. So that's we're up 50 on that shooter. So the reason why I'm showing this is once you go here, there's all kinds of stuff you can do, you know. So and you're really just playing that, you're playing the insurance of that the 7's going to come, you know. And so there's an 8. So like for instance this time, that's an 8. So for let's go 96 across. Okay, so that's going to be the $15 level. And 96. So we get $4 change. Let's just do $4 on all the hard ways. All right, so 100 out here, 100 right here, and we're going, you know, hopefully we don't hit an 8 right away. There's a 10, a hard 10. We're gonna go ahead and parlay the, you know, the hard 10. If you play $1 on any hard ways, the only reason to play $1 on a hard way is to parlay the hard way. It doesn't make sense to take a payout on $1. That's all I'm saying. And then we're gonna get another 27 over here. So let's go ahead and collect the first one here, okay, and then see what happens. There's a 6, and it's easy 6, and that's going to pay 21, and we're going to go back up with the 6, and we're going to bring 20 back to our rack. All right, here we go. And it is 7 out, 7 out. So good thing the ones that we collected, we get, and we didn't hit that parlay, but you know, like I said, $1. I mean, it's not worth winning $7, you know. It's worth winning a parlay. All right, any other systems inside or box number systems? Because when you're playing, so that was 96 across. You could do 66 inside, and you only have to do 75 here. The idea is pick your system up here, and then add a don't on the come out. That's it. That's the way to do it. Yeah. I sometimes will when I'm doing setting the dice, and rolling, I'll have my 4 working because I want a 4 or 10 on a come out. That's the best one. So let's see. Let me see if I can. I usually can't do it here so close. You know, I like to be farther away when I throw it. But let me see if I get set for a 4 or 10. So this one is the 1, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 1. That's kind of what, and I'm hoping for a 4, a 3, or a 10. Of course, there is an 11. I don't want an 11, but let's see if we can get a. I'm gonna go back on this side of the camera over here and throw from kind of like where I would if I was on a regular table. See if I can get a 4, 10, or a 3. Here we go. And it's a 6. That it didn't land the way I wanted it to, that's for sure. All right, so that's a 6. Since I am setting, I'm gonna. So if it's a 6, we go 110 inside. I am gonna set again. So we're going 110 inside. The first hit goes on the point, but I am still shooting for a 4 and a 10 just because I got the dice set and I'm shooting from way back here to see if I can get it to land where I would like it to land. I got a foosball table back there. It's a 6 again, so consistency, I guess. 5, 1, 6 both times, and that's a loss of $65. So there's that. And this time we're going to go up on the don't with $200, and we're going to set our dice. And we're going to roll from the other side of the foosball table. And here we go. It's a 6, a 5, 1, 6 again. So this set from on the other side of the foosball table is giving me a 6. So we got $200. So we can do, we could do pressure and go 220. And then let's get the 4 and 10 on the next roll. I'll go ahead and set it, although 3 times in a row on this set I got a 6, and I don't necessarily want one. Same set, 1, 2, 3, 1, from the other side of the foosball table. We'll see what happens. 5, 1. No, it's a 4, 1. It's a 5, but it's a 4, 1, not a 5, 1. Oh my goodness. But the 1 is showing up consistently. I like that. All right. So that pays 70 or 5, 4, 75. And let's go ahead and get a 4 and 10 for a quarter each. So those are bought. I'm going to bring a quarter back to the rack. Let's go ahead and set those dice again and hopefully miss that 6 again. Well, one out of 4 times we missed the 6. Here we go. There is. Oh man, it's behind the boat. It's a hard 4. The boat, the ship. It's funny how people that cruise get mad if you call it a boat. They're like, this ain't a boat. It's a ship. All right. Hard 4. That pays $50. Let's throw in $2 more. And let's press our 4 and 10. So those would be a good payout. And so now the way I calculate it is our winnings that we've racked and our winnings that are out there. If we lose this, then we have our winnings out there. If, we'll see what happens. Let me do that same set. 1, 2, 3, 1. From the other side of the foosball table. Oh my goodness. And it is a 7 out. 7 out. All right. Well, we get 200 back. I feel like we collected the 25, which we had the 220. So we won $5, but we paid that in VIG. So that's probably a break even right there with lots of potential, but definitely a break even. I mean, very close to break even. I think we lost $1 actually. All right. All right. Let's go to 300 on the don't. 300 on the don't. And we're going to random shake them and bake them. Shake them and bake them with 300 on the don't. It is behind the ship, and it is an 8. An 8. And we are $300 for no 8. Oh, that's scary. All right. So we have $300 to spend out here. I'm going to go ahead and do 210 for the 4 and 10, okay? Because that is our big payout. That'll pay us 200 if that hits on a 4 or a 10. And we have 300. Let's do another. There's another 100, but let's just do $50 on the 5 and 9. So we're gonna play the outsides here and see if we could shake and bake some outside numbers. Here we go. And it is a 5, $70 for the 5, or 5 for 75. And we're gonna go ahead and usually on this system, the first hit always goes there. Let's add 15 to it. We'll make it 90, pays 105. We got 300 there though. This ain't good. We need a 4, 10, 5, or 9. Here we go. It's an 8. Man, that sucks. We get 105. So we're losing 195. But we put 195 and then we had 70. So not quite. Just a little over $100 that we lost. So there's that. We still have that out there, and it's 300. So for those of you that have been here and say, hey, Brian, wait a minute, what about your stop loss? This is your bankroll for tomorrow night's session. Oh my goodness. And it's a 4. All right. So that's 300. That pays 2. I'll go ahead and leave it and see what happens. I could throw in 10, break these down, go 110 inside with the $100 on the 4 and 10. So here we go. Let's see what happens. It's a 7 out. It's a 7 out. Right when I got, see that $10, I knew I was overbalanced, you know? So I lost that $10 there. Get paid 300. $10 overbalanced. And if we did $400 on the don't, and then we had $400 that we played the all day with, that would be pretty crazy. But it'd be worth watching, at least for me. Here we go. $400 at risk. This is all my marker money that's getting charged to the room. All right, here we go. No coverage, no 7, no 11. And we have a 10. I love it. I love it. All right, so 10, $200 is going to be $10, right? And we put that right there right now. I just know that for sure. All right, so then we got another 200. Let's do let's do high on the 6 and 8. So I need another. All right, there's our 200. So we're going high on the 6 and 8. 70 and 70. Let's get a $50 5. And let's do 25 in the field. Let's get a hard 10 for 5. There we go. Iron cross action. Watch out. Here we go. And we'll feed the rest. Hard 10. Hard 10. Man, this is so stupid. All right, so this pays 25. We're going to take 10 away to pay our 400, right? And then our hard 10 is going to pay 35. So there's our hard 10 money. So yeah, we won a little bit. We won 50 bucks. So that's not too bad. All right. We won 50 bucks. Should we do it again? Should we risk it again? Oh my goodness, 400 on the don't pass. Don't tell me that it is a 3. Ha ha ha! There you go. That's what we were waiting for, because that's 400 on the DP. But don't get too excited, because we want to get a 2 next. Let's see what happens. And it is a 5. 5. All right, so we got that extra 400, which we're feeling good about. Let's bring down that 10. That will give us $10 back. And if we did 250 on the 5, I don't know. Do we really want it? Do we really care? Do we really care? 250 on the 5. What's that pay? 350. So we need to at least get one hit on the 6 and 8. Let's go $10 in the field just to feed the other numbers, and then we'll press. Point is 5. All right. So 250 pays 350. All right. So if we need to get one hit on that 6 and 8. Let's see what happens. There is a 5. 5. Oh my goodness. No field 5. All right, so we lost that $10 in the field. We get paid $350, so we lost 50 bucks there. But we had that come out. I think we're ready to go to table max. So we had that come out 3. So now we're ready to go to table max. $500. Purple it up. $500 on the DP. Don't call it a comeback. Here we go. It is a 3. Boom! Shakalaka. I think, is that what Jeff says? All right, so there's another 500. Oh my goodness. How many are ready to ladder down now? Okay, so there's our 1,000 that we started with. Let's pull this down so we can see where we're at. Here's another 125. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 850. Ooh, 856. So we have 856 from our original 1,000. Ooh-wee. Table max on a ship is $500. On a Royal Caribbean ship, they're all $500. But you can go to 600 on the 6 and 8. And then the prop bets and hardways, hopping and all that is 150. 150 here, but it is 500 in the field. So we have to get $200. Let's say our win goal right now is $200. So let's do 200 on the don't and see if we can roll the 200. Let's see if we can get a $200 win on this next shooter. Here we go. And it is a 6. And point is 6. And so we have 200. We're going to do 2 20. And we're going to do, let's do 30 on the 8. We're going to do 60. Let's do 90 on the 6. And let's do the hard 6 for 5. And, oh, sorry, no, 30 on the 8. That means let's do the hard 6 for a quarter. There we go. We get the hard 6, we're in business. Let's see what happens. And it is a 3, craps 3. Craps 3. All right, come on. And there's a 7, 7 out. All right, well, that's another 200 pretty much, right? So we lost 20. All right, we lost 20 bucks. Let's risk that 200, or should we ladder up? Should we ladder up? Whoo-wee. We're just trying to win 200. Let's hope for a 2 or 3 on the come out and we can walk. Not an 11. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's go back up for 200. Now we need to win 400. Oh my goodness. There's a 4. All right, so now we need to win 400. Oh my goodness. All right, 200. Let's do 100 on the 4, and we'll do 100 on the 10. There's the VIGs. And let's hit that 10. Let's hit the 10. Okay, let's see. There's a 9. What do you got? You want to do?
It's tonight.
What do you want to do? That's right now. We have to leave right now.
No, it's 6 o'clock.
Okay.
between 6:30.
I'm trying to hit a 10. Okay.
Get that, man.
There's a hard 6. There's a hard 6. And there is another 6. I'm just shooting for a 10. And there's a 7 out. Lost 10 bucks on that one. 10 bucks. $10. $20, $10. Oh, $210. I didn't forget. $210. All right, let's see. We got, because we're bleeding a little bit, we need to try to get. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we need $400 to get back to 1,000. That's what we're trying to do. Trying to get to 1,000. All right. I think it's time to incorporate some horn bets. So let's do 100. Let's do a quarter on the yo. Let's do a quarter in the field. And so that's 50 bucks. So that means we're going to do a 6 and an 8 for 70 each working. And we're going to get the hard ways for 25 each working. And that's our setup to begin. This is Crapsy tournament play. Let's see what happens. Let's get a hard way on the come out, and we're in it. Here we go. It is 2. Craps 2. So let's pay this. Boom. This comes down. Boom. Okay, let's bring that 100 back. Let's put that back for the yo, and let's do that. Let's do $5 on midnight, just because it might happen. All right, any horn will do, or hard way. Horn or hard way, here we go. It's a 3. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is coming down. This falls, it gets paid here. We get 100 here. And this goes back. Okay, no midnight needed. We'll get double in the bubble if it hits. We're gonna put this 100 back in our rack. There we go. Any horn or hard way will do. Let's see what happens. And it is a 4. Easy 4. That's a good hit. This breaks even. This comes down. Let's go ahead and put that up for hard 4 money there. Let's get the 5 for 50. We're gonna not get the 4 right now, but we're playing in the field. Here we go. Let's get it. Hard way. Here we go. And it is a 9. 9. So that's a quarter. Let's go ahead and get the 9. Here we go. And it is 7 out. Man, all that work. All that work. We just did 100 here, not 200. So let's see where we're at. $5, $6, $50, $6.50. We're trying to get 400 and we got 50. That was crazy that we had all that money out there and we didn't even get paid on any of it. What the heck? Killing the field. No, the field's killing me. Actually, no, not really. So I'm trying to get to. I have $650 and I'm trying to get to 1,000. So I'm trying to do it as quick as possible, but it's taking a little bit longer than I thought. So here we go with 110. Let's go 110. That's 125. So we go 110 inside. We're gonna get all the hard ways. So we need to throw in some. Let's go high on the hard 4. Okay, hard 4 looks like a quarter. These are working, and let's make these working. Do we need to hedge it at all with the don't pass, or we'll go through the DC. Might as well get a 4 and 10 while we're at it for a quarter each. There we go. So 160 across, and we owe a VIG for those, so $24 back. And we're assuming somebody else is the shooter. Would you really bet like this on somebody else being the shooter? Yes, I would. Because it's not about the shooter, it's about the dice. And the dice always hate you no matter what. Here we go. How about an 8? Easy 8. And that's going to pay 35. Point becomes 8. Hard 8 falls. We'll go back for 10. And let's put 10 in the field. There we go. So $5. We brought $5 extra to our rack there. Here we go, and it is a 12 midnight. That's a double in the bubble. That will allow us to take our 9 and our 5 to 35. Here we go. And it's a 3, 3, if we're across here, we don't really even need the field. We should just be doing a horn high yo or something. Oh my goodness, horn high yo. And let's throw in $2. Take our 6 to 42. Horn high yo. And it's an 8. Winner. Easy. Easy 8. Pays 35. Let's go ahead and make it look like 60. Get a $5. Horn high yo falls. Coming out. Hard ways are working. Place bets are off. Okay, that's for anybody that was getting scared about that. Yo 11. Yo 11. That's because I had the horn bet last time. Here we go. Hard 8. Hard 8. Hard ways working. Parlay. Parlay. $50 hard 8. There you go. And this wasn't working. So here we go. Let's get it. Let's get it. And how about an 8? Not a hard 8, but an 8. That's 75 for 5. $50 falls. And we get 75. Let's go back up on the hard 8 for 25. And let's pressure the 4 and 10. Look like 50 each. And we are coming out. Hard ways working, and box numbers are off. Here we go. 7. So that comes down. It's only $60. Oh my gosh, only 60. All right, give me a buffalo. $25 buffalo. It's 5 on each. And any 7 for, it's kind of like a whirl bet, but with the hard ways. All right, here we go. And it is an 8, easy 8. Easy 8. Of course it would be an 8. $10 loser here. Let's go up for a quarter on that hard 8. There we go, we're working. And it's a yo 11. I forgot to have my horn bet out there. And it is a 5. 5. 5. I'll finish this in just a second, and then we could decide. Okay. All right, so 5 is, one for, it pays 49. So 49. There's 25, 30, 40, 45, 49. All right. Let's see here. We have, we should press it, but we're gonna collect one here and see if we can get a 410. Come on. And it is a 9. 9. 1 for 50. Let's go ahead and collect that. Collecting that one as well. 1 for 50. Here we go. It is 7 out. Crap, man. With no coverage, no insurance. That was the one I was about to, you know what I said in my head? All I need is one hit, and then I'll regress. How many times you say that? And then, oh my goodness. All I needed was one hit, and then I was going to regress. Well, we still have our 1,000, and we're trying to run back to 1,000, and we have close to 500. We have $497. $497. $503 down on this session. Wow, crazy. I should have had some coverage over here, but I didn't. But anyway, that was it. And if you haven't been to holyroller.com, Get yourself some merch right here like this. A Let's Roll hat embroidered. Yes. And then I also have some shirts there too I think you'll like. So check them out. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.